This is Anais. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks to my subscribers. If you're stopping by for the first time, please do like, share, comment, and of course, it's wonderful when you subscribe as I'm working to grow the channel, which has a unique perspective on card reading. I don't do card readings for love, money, or astrology. So that means those of you who are really focused on your journey of spirituality and soulful evolution are going to get some information that may really be more in line with your particular way of coming into deeper awareness about yourself and the process of sacred union and or being a twin flame if that's a way that you see yourself. My readings are jazz style, they're not gender specific, and here we go. So this is once again a card reading for Sacred Union. When the Swan card comes out in my shuffling of my various decks, and it doesn't always come out, this is an indication that I'm reading for the journey of Sacred Union for the collective. This is a general reading, and sometimes the readings become very specific, and I think that we're going to get some very specific information in today's reading, just because of the cards that are out. Now, as well, if you've watched my other videos around timeline merges, you know that when these two cards come out from my Fairy Oracles deck, this is Guardian of the Gate, and this is for me the 0 point energy card, and this, excuse me, this indicates another timeline merge is in process or about to happen or has just happened. Based on what I experienced over the weekend, I would say all three of those things could be true right now. It's been a very, very active weekend energetically. So we have a sacred union, current information coming in, and we also have an approach to how we can expect a new timeline and 0 point reset with new energies coming in from source, how we can anticipate the way in which we might need to pay attention, okay, to our process, to our choices, to our partnerships, to all of our relationships. Okay, so here we have that. So, all right. Now, this is going to be a fairly involved reading, and I give you many opportunities to click off. You can, of course, always do that whenever you feel a reading isn't resonating for you or it's reached the point where you feel you've gotten what you need. Okay, first out, we have the Ancient Ones, and in this reading, the Ancient Ones includes an enormous collective of consciousness that is multidimensional, that incorporates our genetic lineage, our emotional lineage, but most of all, the Ancient Ones we can feel as the ones who set up the creative elements of the life journeys that we're on. Very, very, very old beings, very complete, whole beings who are at the epicenter of the oversoul activity and who are the ones who are guarding and guiding your entire reincarnational process. I probably will do some videos on breaking down what is, from my perspective, what is reincarnation. It's moving in and out of the ability to dissolve an individuation want to create, explore, play again with very, very powerful materials and come back out and do another round. We're in a very dynamic time right now because we're in a cycle in which what we view, the reality that we've been living in this individuation, is about to be rolled up like a carpet and returned to the carpet manufacturer. So the ancient ones are in this reading. And next we have out the middle world. Now the middle world in this deck, and in my own sense of what this deck is about and what shamanism is about, I've been functioned as a shaman for a long time. In my practice, it's one of the skill sets that I use depending on who I'm working with. This is the middle world, and this you could consider the world that you are probably living in or have lived in for a good part of your life. The middle world is transitioning, and it is being, with the help of the ancient ones, it is being connected now after having been in separation from the upper world for eons. Now, some of you are aware of the spiritual war that's been going on for eons. Some of you are aware of being warriors and love light workers and participating in the spiritual war. This was especially intense from, 2008, 2009, right through 2012, and then another cycle went on through 2017. So now we're pretty much in the clear of that. So the middle and upper worlds, with the help of the ancient ones, have been reconnected, and they've been reconnected through the generosity of the tree of life, which for me is a symbolic card for the energy and the consciousness of Source and Gaia combined. And Source and Gaia combined, along with our ancient heritage, are the source of our genetics and our DNA. And how which perspective we have been engaged in this spiritual war is a function of our DNA. So now we have the ancient ones and Source making the connection once again, healing the separation between middle world and upper world. Very, very, very higher dimensional, energetic, spiritual realm information. Now we're going to come to the transition of what does that look like in our daily lives. So next out we have the rainbow, and for me the rainbow is a collection of energy, vibration, frequency, oscillation, color, sound that are all contributing to the manifestation of what we can feel, see, hear, know, and touch. And this beautiful Pachamama represents our beloved planetary being Gaia. And here she is, absolutely in a beautiful connecting interaction with the rainbow that has come through from Source, through the behest of Source energies. It's like you could see this little incipient rainbow here, that little orb there. And then here's that orb repeated, and now the orbs are growing, and the orbs represent spheres of consciousness that are just all over the place, informing us, protecting us, educating us. When you, some of you will speak of having a download, probably what you're maybe not aware of at this point is most of your downloads are coming from orbs that you may not see in your energy field, but may simply settle within your energetic field, connect to your chakras and your consciousness, and share information, which your body is designed to translate that information into perception, into words, into choices. So here we have the rainbow coming in and having this deep, deep, deep healing conversation with planetary being Gaia, Pachamama, and we are involved in this process as well, because what and who we are as human beings is absolutely embedded in Gaia. We cannot be separate from her. So if you don't take anything else away from this reading, take away the understanding that you cannot possibly be separate from Gaia. She is responsible for every part and every system that supports your very physical being. So next we have Pachamama, taking the rainbow energy and distributing it through the most plentiful resource on her expression of a body that we walk around on and call planet Earth. And she's doing that through water. So she's sharing this information, these specific rays, frequencies, patterns of information of healing and restoration and wholeness. She is now embedding in the water. And part of what was beautiful was from the early 1990s up through early in the 2000s, Gaia was sharing information and having a communication, symbolic communication with us through water and through land and through the four elements, through the form of crop circles. Now that information has been encoded in the water of the world and the water of our bodies. Now, next we have out the Wild Woman, which for me indicates that this reading is for the Divine Feminine. And the Divine Feminine, this is you picking up this information that is being shared by Pachamama through water, and you are beginning to embody all of that information through the water system that your physical body is. Remember, we are all at least about 70% water. So this is a very effective form of communication. So this is the Divine Feminine reading at this point. So here we have the Wild Woman, and this is a woman who has never accepted conditioning, never accepted being part of the matrix, never accepted the definitions that would have always been too small for her self-awareness of who she is as a multidimensional being. So if that fits you, Divine Feminine, then this reading is probably going to resonate for you. Now, also specific to this reading, we have the Time Master. The Time Master is a multidimensional being that has evolved sufficiently in its expansion of consciousness and life experience in many environments, on many dimensions, and many realms of expression, to have an understanding about the reality of what time is and what time is not. The Time Master is not bound by the 24-hour clock time. The Time Master has a conscious relationship with time. The Time Master can move through dimensions, can move from the past to the future, from the future to the past, and anywhere in between. The Time Master is able to manipulate and work with and change timelines. And so there are many wild women out there right now. This could be you, Divine Feminine, and you know whether or not You have the gift and talent of being awakened in your life skill as a time master. I can do an entire short video on what it means to be a time master and how important this is if this is a skill you do have, and how you can learn to work with it consciously. This is something that I've taught for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years now. This is something that is, in a way, once your consciousness reaches a certain expansion and your DNA has been activated to a degree that's quantifiable, then you are able to become awake to your skills as a time master. So this is you, Divine Feminine, and so this reading is in support of what I would call your life path journey, because you are rooted, Wild Woman, you are rooted, you're a child of the Ancient Ones. You're a child of the Ancient Ones who has been born into the middle world. Now, this means you may absolutely recognize yourself as an indigo or a star seed, or someone who's already been on the ascension journey more than once. And you may recognize yourself as a very, very powerful spiritual warrior. And the Ancient Ones gave birth to you. The Ancient Ones put conditions in place to bring you into being in this world at this time. And in your life path task, having been born into the middle world, you are an energetic and shamanic bridge now between the middle world and the upper world. You're the bridge builder. And here you have, with the Tree of Life, you have the genetic map to be that bridge builder. Now see how beautifully open her heart area is. Her chest is wide open, and she's aflame with the blue love light that is in alignment and a resonance with the upper world. So this is a beautiful acknowledgement of who you are, Wild Woman, and how you function, and you function well as now being a conscious bridge between the middle world and the upper world. You're comfortable and able to manage your energy and your choices and your awareness in both the middle world and the upper world, because you are a child of the Ancient Ones. All right. So this is your life path, and as part of being a wild woman, here you can see the reflection here of being connected to the heart of Gaia, and here you can see yourself connected to the information coming in from the Ancient Ones and the Tree of Life. Again, there's a reflection here in your heart center that's just acknowledging your connection. And you are comfortable in this role because you are allowing, you're not generating much resistance now for the water in all of your dimensionality. Water and watery-like substances play an incredible role in making sure that all of your genetic information, all of your spiritual path is expressed in this embodiment, in this lifetime. So you're very well aware of the sources and resources that you have available to you to communicate with your body using the water-based fluids in your body. That would be blood, lymph, and just water. All right, so there you are, Wild Woman. This is what's happening for you. And right now you're awakening to being a time master. You may have already been practicing in the last year or so being a time master as these skills were put into the morphogenetic grid by some of the ones, the ancient ones who have returned to be here at this time. The ancient ones, the actual ancient ones who are embodied right now. And so here you are, very now conversant with the gate systems and being able to move through gates because you're a time master now. You're able to respond without resistance to the timeline resets that are bringing you fully into your own spiritual awakening. All right. So that's what we have for you. And then next out, we have in this reading the Divine Masculine. And in the next couple of cards, I'm going to share how the Divine Masculine is in relationship with you Wild Woman, and in relationship now with Pachamama, and is supporting this process and is supporting you as you are supporting him in the journey of sacred union.